Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. I wanted to make a video on Loyal 3 because there's some news that, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little out of touch with what's going on, so I might not have the correct answer on this, but it seems like something with T-Mobile, possibly a feature or a investment setup that they have with their service. Loyal 3, I guess, is going to be canceling or pulling out of, and all shares with that, I guess, are going to be put into a different app that will be running and controlling those shares of the service. Now, I don't know if that's like something related to just T-Mobile customers, if that's like a package deal people got for buying like T-Mobile service and they have like Loyal 3 shares or something, because like I don't have anything related to T-Mobile, whether it be their service they provide, shares, or anything like that. So I'm kind of like a little out of the loop on how it might affect me or might not affect me. But maybe some of y'all can clarify on that because I'm unsure. But I'm gonna have to get in contact with them because it looks like middle of May around there is when that transfer is gonna happen. And if that's the case, and they do discontinue the service, and I have to have it transferred and everything, that would kind of suck because Loyal 3 pays for all my or pay or doesn't charge any commissions. So when I trade, the only thing is they do batch buying and selling. So they only sell or buy or sell once a day, and they just do it all in a group to basically make it more affordable. And of course, they use fractional shares, which I like. But so I'll probably have to look into that. I'll try to make another video just to update you all. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like I pretty much just found out, and actually like one of my or one of y'all commented on my video and pointed that out. So thank you very much for that. But I'm gonna continue to use it up until then because like I said, I can buy fractional shares and I can still make money. And even now, I pretty much made. It looks like yeah, around $100 off of the 500 I invested. Cause or sorry, at 550, so I made like around 50, $60 on it. But my Alphabet is up 6%. My Amazon's up 11%. I finally bought Facebook, and it's up 3%. Intel's up 2%, almost 3%, and Unilever's up 21%. So a couple of these I definitely got in at a good time, like Amazon and Unilever. I've been waiting for them to come down so I can buy in more, on a dip or something. But they've been just kind of riding high, so I'm just letting them go. Google, I added $50 in when it dropped down a little bit, and then it finally came back up. But I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that France had their kind of like round one of their elections finished, and it looks like Macron is still kind of leading a little bit. Which again, like I said in my previous video, he seems more of the stable candidate in the sense that he doesn't want to exit the EU, kind of like Britain's doing their little Brexit. He does not want to do that. Where Le Pen, she wants to have full control of the borders, immigration, currency, everything. She wants France to be its own entity, and she wants to leave the EU basically like Britain. But I think if that happens, the EU will collapse because if just one country after another, keeps pulling out, obviously that's going to cause issues, and then that's going to be a global effect because there's multiple countries that the EU trades with, and of course all the countries within the EU. But I think there's like a little bit of a good boost there to the stock market in general today. I've noticed. And even on my stash, my ETFs are up as well. So this looks like some good news. Like I said, it's investor sentiment. Being reassured that Macron will win, and it's a nuance. It's a bad idea. Not say a bad idea, but it's perceived as a bad investment if Le Pen wins, because that could collapse the EU. So I think that's kind of like the what most people are thinking right now. So as Macron gets closer and closer to winning, as long as he continues being favored, and obviously in the final round, we'll have the results, which is in May. But I think the market will continue going up. Now a lot of people are saying, of course, the market's kind of in a bubble. It's past its cycle. It's due for a correction, which I agree. There should have been a correction at some point. But like with these past elections, like things have been changing. So just keep an eye out for that. But my defending America is almost at 6%. It's at 5.94. My Internet Titans is up as well. It's at 5.3. I Live Long and Prosper is up as well at 4.2. Money Machine's back in positive territory finally at 1.2. It was kind of in the negative for a little bit. And pretty much all on this news looks like it jumped up finally. And, my Raw Earth is up a little bit. Still in the negative, though. And then my Wireless Wonders as well. But they're both only down by less than negative 1%. But I've been kind of waiting for a little bit for these to come up because, as I said, I'm going to buy more on dips now. I'm not going to just continue to auto stash and do the every week putting in my money like the whole dollar cost averaging type strategy. But I'm going to do it on dip by dip, basically, or anytime there's news that kind of takes these sectors or stocks down, and that's when I'm going to add more to it. So right now it looks like everything's up, so I'm not going to be adding more to this. And my total return is above 2% right now. So little by little it's going up. I think I get a better return, though, with my Loyal 3, but that's because I'm able to buy individual apps with that. So that's a huge benefit. But I think it's just most interesting to see, though, just like I said, the bank stocks having a little bit of a rise up on this news. Like Wells Fargo's up a little bit. JP Morgan. They're all up a little bit. Like they had a nice little spike on this news. JP Morgan, being one of like the largest banks. So they definitely had a positive influence. And like I said, it all comes down to that currency. As long as the EU, the euro currency stays strong, the economy can keep going. It could keep pushing us up into a bigger bubble, essentially, where ultimately, like, everything will crash. Which I think is good for me because it gives me more time to invest in like Bitcoin and alternate forms of currency, like maybe even gold. But even though to me gold is kind of an old investment where you see like the old man on TV always trying to sell you gold, talking about the world's gonna end type of stuff. And I just prefer going into the cryptocurrency. But outside of that, though, the market ETFs and stocks are doing pretty good, so I'm happy with that, and I hope you're all benefiting from it as well. But with that, though, I just kind of wanted to touch on that news. I think this might be a good week. You might see some positive gains until the next French election cycle. So they're going on to the next round. So perhaps if Macron keeps going up, or keeps looking like he's going to lead, we're going to be more stable. So with that, I'm just going to go ahead and end it. The channel, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone. Like I got past 2,500 subscribers, and I'm just amazed every day looking at this channel keep growing and growing. So I'm very thankful that you're all interested in what I have to say, but more importantly, you're taking that time to invest in your future, and whether it be for yourself, for your family, your friends, whether you just want a better lifestyle, whether you want to give back, whatever it is. I'm glad there's more people in this community that's doing that, and it's growing, and I'm glad I could be a part of that. So thank you all very much for that, and I hope to keep growing it. I want to make this channel bigger and bigger and better and better. So I'm going to do the best I can for everyone. And as always, like, help me out, click like and subscribe. That just, continues the motivation and continues this video process. So hope that helps with you all, and hope you have a good day.